Uh, Sorry things have been on and off. I'm just catching up with people I love within my mind, telling them I love them. So let's take a look about this special note. I'm making this video. I don't know who it's for, but it's for somebody for more revelation. So first, we're going to take a look at this article once it's loaded. Trump to receive sealed letter from Kim Jong-un as U.S. North Korea summit hangs in the balance. This was published one day ago. Donald Trump is set to receive a sealed, hand-delivered letter from Kim Jong-un on Friday as negotiations continue over the proposed summit. The North Korea leader is expected to personally reply to the U.S. president's own letter calling off the meeting scheduled for June 20th. It's going to happen. Mr. Trump's message on 24th of May complained about the regime's tremendous anger and open hostility. Hey, brother. After its spokesman called Vice President Mike Pence a political dummy, which is the most ridiculous story I've ever heard, Mr. Kim's reply is being taken to Washington by North Korea's vice chairman, Kim Yong-chol or whatever, who on Thursday dined on steak, pureed corn, and cheese with Mike Pompeo. I believe they'll be coming down to Washington on Friday, and a letter is going to be delivered to me from Kim Jong-un, Mr. Trump said on Thursday. So I'll look forward to seeing what's in the letter, but it's very important to them. This is such a script. The president said he did not know what was in the letter, but added, I think it will probably be very positive. Can you not see how scripted this is? Mr. Trump's deputy press secretary, Hogan Gidley, was unable to confirm whether the president would make Mr. Kim's letter public. I'm not going to guess on what he's going to do with the letter, he told the reporters on board of Air Force One. Critics have been quick to speculate on its contents, with one Twitter mocking up a childish drawing below the message, "Sleepover is canceled." Now look at this. You mean to tell me, am I right? This is Trump drawing he had like a 12-year-old kid or a 6-year-old kid draw a picture to Kim Jong. Sleepover is canceled. A nuke. What in the world? Says the first draft of the Trump letter to Kim is touching. This is getting ridiculous, man. I have never in my life thought this would be like another warn Mr. Trump to have the letter checked before you open it. Added, not kidding, Kim Jong-un poisoned his half brother. So I'm gonna take you guys over to On Point Mike from On Point Preparedness. He done a video on this, and I'm sure he don't mind. But let's check this out. Oh yeah, everybody's savior.
Hey everybody, this is Mike with On Point Preparedness. You're not gonna believe this. I know literally some of you are not gonna believe this, but anyone who has eyes to see will definitely understand where I'm coming from on this one. I ran into an article on Facebook and it had this title, Why Was Kim Jong-un's letter to Trump so big? So remember, one of the ambassadors from North Korea to the United States came to the White House, so that they could talk to Donald Trump about this summit. And if you look on Google, just say, why is the letter so big, or similar key searches, you'll see that there's tons and tons and tons of articles talking about this letter being so big. And so this is a big story. They want you to see the comedy in this letter being so big. Now, look at this letter. So here's the meeting. And he's handing him this gigantic letter. And Trump proceeds to hold it in front of his waist and show everyone how big, ridiculously big, this letter is. And all these articles are saying, well, why? And they say, well, it's just part of the meticulous steps taken by North Korea to present Kim as a legitimate international statesman who is reasonable and capable of negotiating solutions and making deals. Other websites say, oh, this is a big deal, so it deserved a big letter. Do you see the symbolism here, though? I've done a lot of symbolism on Trump. And check this out. The history and meaning of the Freemasonic apron. Remember this photograph of Shaq? You see the Freemasonic white apron? They sell them on Google. Go to Google Shopping. Masonic aprons. Lambskin or duck cloth is in the exact shape of a white letter. And here's Mr. Trump holding it right above his waist side as a Freemasonic white apron. Pretty interesting, right? Maybe he doesn't know what the heck he's doing. But for one, the mainstream media is saying this is incredibly odd. No one really knows the reason. It's out of place. Donald then takes a photograph with it and proceeds to hold it backwards just so it's in the exact shape of a Freemasonic apron. Let's look at the Masonic apron, because this is interesting. So the Freemasons, they allow you to be any quote-unquote religion. They're truly part of this one world Babylonian religion where they believe in aspects of every single religion. So you can see here in the 3rd chapter of Genesis, these words are written, and the eyes of them were both opened when Adam and Eve took the fruit, and they knew they were both naked and sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. So this is what the Masons are saying is the origin of their aprons. It goes back to the story of Genesis and the fall. And what I found interesting here was that they say these aprons aren't just invented by Masons. Obviously, they say it goes all the way back to the beginning of creation with Adam and Eve, but they point out that all throughout ancient culture, there were aprons.
Battery low again.
These were for religious and ceremonial purposes, and it was made of white lambskin. And it was only until later, when you got into the modern Freemasonic aprons, that they started putting prints and designs and colors on them. So truly, this is the modern aprons. Truly, and as they articulate down here, it was intended on being just a pure white apron of lambskin. Thus, it will be seen that our apron is a very honorable garment, one that we should treasure. It is an apron made of lambskin, pure white, without fault or stain, the color of the soul as the mortal man sees it. You think it is any coincidence that they would send him a letter this big, which is not typical?
Alright guys, they're just zapping my phone. 1%, like in no time.
Yeah. About it.
Later, I love